Oh, we're on Facebook. Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah, did it come up here? Um, mine
It's all
got
right.
ki-
Right now, I can't walk out. Yeah, I could, but
mine got kicked out, but let me just see if we're on here because it always does this weird glitch thing. Okay, I got us here on here. So, welcome to the Ripple Effect with David, and Erica's actually out today, but I have a guest who I still wanted to bring on even without Erica, um, Mel, and she's really a wizard with Pilates and wellness. And I'm just gonna have turn it over to you, Mel, to introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit
okay.
about your background and what you do. And I'm still a little bit thrown off by some of this new technology. And then I got this
Sure.
virtual assistant who supposedly wants to be in the room too with us here. So I'm gonna try to
Yeah,
keep
they
that
introduced themselves. That was pretty cool. Well, first, thank you for having me today. I appreciate the opportunity to talk and be part of the podcast. My name is Mel Hilario, like hilarious. It's my last name, and I teach Mighty Mind and Body Pilates. I teach Pilates, which is a body strengthening system that many people have heard of, but maybe not everyone. It's low impact, but it focuses on the health of the spine, the health of the joints, working on core strength. That's all of your core, front and back, not just the six pack we all talk about wanting. And it's a great way to kind of it's a great fundamentals of movement practice. So when people ask what it does, I try and say it's well, three main things. This is something I kind of came up with as a way to kind of elevator pitch it. One, it's a great entry point to exercise or re-entry point if you've been away for a while. It's also a way to ease or hopefully eliminate pain. And finally, it can enhance your current movement practice, whether strength train or you're a dancer or a runner or you just like to, walk your dog. All those things can be enhanced by Pilates.
great. And you're actually fairly new in Visions of Exchange, which is my support chapter for BNI. And as part of my own fitness journey, I really see the huge value and kind of movement. And, some I'm fascinated by Pilates and I want to, try some more things. And, that's one of them. And you're actually right there in Piedmont Avenue. So if you don't mind, just telling us a little bit about what makes you unique. I love your background in terms of where you approach Pilates. That's actually kind of a new, not a newer thing. It's newer in that you're kind of a lifelong wellness expert, but you added that to your repertoire a bit later, and you didn't always start with Pilates. But if you don't mind just telling us kind of some of the other disciplines that you're into and how you came about Pilates as a discipline.
I want I will. Thank you. And first, I want to address that you called me a wizard. I'm very flattered. I wish I could say I was a sorceress of some kind, but I don't have magic. Pilates is kind of magical. Well, I've been teaching Pilates for maybe almost 2 years now. That's preceded by almost 15 years in the fitness industry. So I started out as a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor. I came upon it because I was in graduate school for creative writing, and I was stuck at a desk for so long that I started taking a Pilates hybrid stretch class, and I loved it. And so when I finally got out of school and was finding my way through the world, trying to be a writer, a mentor said, you should think about being a personal trainer. You'll have more freedom in your schedule, and you also like to move around. And she actually did this part time in addition to being a English professor. So I thought I'd try it, and it ended up being an amazing way to make a living. And I realized, oh, this is a career number two. Oops. And I loved it. Yes, personal training, group fitness. I've TRX certified. I've been a spin instructor. I've taught boot camp. I've taught circuit classes. I was a trainer at the Claremont and an instructor at the Claremont Club at the Claremont for a long time. I did corporate wellness and still currently doing it. And I came upon Pilates. Well, I had been doing it, as I said, but I decided to finally get my teacher training in the pandemic. I had some time on my hands since I was doing only Zoom trainings. And that's kind of the modality I wanted to take into the furthering of my career. It's low impact, but can be very intense, but also gentle. So, when I'm, 85, I might maybe can still teach boot camp, but if so, that'll be because of Pilates. What makes me unique? Well, I don't have a typical fitness background. I won't say that like I said, I I was in school for writing. And so before this, I was doing admin work, and I was a writing coach and actually a tutor. So I come at it from not having been really having a history of athletic prowess. I was kind of a klutzy kid. No one's ever looked at me and said, Melanie, you're a natural athlete. I actually was always drawn to moving around, but I'm not really proficient at it. So I came into moving around and being enjoying movement as an adult much later, kind of a late bloomer. So I really feel like I come at it with a lot of empathy for people who are having a hard time with exercise, or maybe don't like exercise, or used to exercise and now they're kind of dealing with different issues and an environment that they're trying to find their body again. I also have a background in neuromechanics, and that's looking at the body as a whole nervous system. Every human being has a brain as well as a body. That's been very illuminating for me as a Pilates teacher.
Yeah,
Hope that
no,
answered
great.
a lot of things, a lot of info
Yeah,
I just gave you.
yeah. I I like people's hearing about people's fitness journeys too. Just still in the middle of my own, because we get bored. I get bored with stuff like think if you only lift weights and do this and do the same thing for 5 years, you're never gonna last with that. So I love Pilates, and I've done some boxing, and I want to get into some more
Love it.
martial arts stuff. But I just feel like all this stuff adds so much energy to our workout and our life, and it just has all these great spin-off benefits. I just see that in you, your background, how you know about all this other stuff that people want to give that a try. You're a great resource to just talk about people's fitness kind of in general. Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. I actually have a background in martial arts as well. Also started that as an adult, and that has been another reason that I thought, like if this, I can have so much joy and find myself being improved and my life being improved by moving and learning this new thing, so can other people. So if actually Joseph Pilates invented Pilates was a boxer, so there's a way that everything kind of converges when you think about it that way. Pilates
Okay.
isn't it's associated with people who dance, which is great. Dancers love Pilates, but if you are a boxer, you could probably benefit from Pilates. I wouldn't say should. No one should do anything, but it could benefit you if you are a boxer or a basketball player or a runner or just a human. Come
Yeah, great.
have a session with me, Dave.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I want to bring Carrie by to check it out because she's a dancer, and I also like. Um, I'm semi-retired from dancing too, but
You're a
and I
dancer too.
love the
That's great.
boxing.
Well,
Yeah, yeah,
oh, cool.
yeah. So yeah, the movement, and it's just she would love that too. So I'm gonna check it out first though. One of your group classes. I hear a lot of folks that that I know from my other business networks do your class too. So um
Oh, okay. I know who
wh-
they are.
yeah, yeah. Nancy actually told me, recommended you. So Nancy
I
Williams,
love
she's been
dance.
on the
Yeah,
podcast a number of times, and she's really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I'm glad.
So,
She's been fun to train.
yeah. um I did want to just ask about some common challenges people face. I think, a lot of people maybe they know they got to make some change with their fitness, but what are those challenges you see people dealing with in this kind of post pandemic? And then how can you help people really get on this path to really being really excited about their fitness and seeing some results?
Well, you already spoke to one of them, and that's kind of boredom. Like you kind of get bored with certain things, and I think that's one of the things that as people we need to find things that are relevant to us and also kind of novel. It does help kind of make things more exciting. There's also being overwhelmed. One of my past clients coined the term. I don't know if they coined it, but they called it gym intimidation. You go to a gym and you're completely like, I don't understand how to use any of these machines. I don't know what these people are doing. What's that? It's got levers. It can be kind of scary, and definitely, kind of like a kind of an onslaught if you go into a big box gym and just don't know what to do or where to start. So that kind of is alleviates the problem of being overwhelmed. Also, I want movement to be fun. Like I feel like there's definitely a feeling of, oh, it's got to be work and no pain, no gain. But if it's not fun, you're not going to do it. It's not sustainable. So if I can help someone, one, make peace with the idea of moving as enjoyable and something they can do every day of their lives for the rest of their lives, that's kind of my big takeaway for the takeaway I want students and clients to have when they work with me.
Yeah, I'll say from my own personal experience, some of the movement I've added in and stretching from one trainer I work with brief or for a time has made a big difference. So anytime you add some more movement, it really changes your life in a lot of ways. You just feel different. So that's why I feel like everybody has to be open to trying new things, especially something as kind of innovative and really as cool as Pilates. Or, maybe I have kind of a natural inclination to it for some of the reasons you mentioned, but yeah.
Absolutely. And when the more you do, the more you understand. Like I can see how like some martial arts and Pilates actually have an overlap. When I also take ballet as an adult. It's not something I started as a kid. I started like when I was, well, I started taking it seriously when I was maybe 42. And I can see how Pilates and dance kind of help each other. So absolutely. The more you do, the better you are at everything.
Nice. We do sometimes talk about BNI because we find it's a great place to actually network. And you being in Visions of Exchange, I may put that link if people want to come visit with you there and other people to network with Mel. Meet every Thursday at 7 a.m. But if you don't mind
I
just telling us a
really,
little about your BNI chapter and how you like if how you, what you like about BNI for your business.
I um I actually wasn't looking for BNI, but Dale Marie Golden found me on a flyer and said, "Hey, you want to come to a meeting?" I had known her from before, and she's like, "We need a Pilates teacher." So I thought, "Hey, why not?" And it's been great. It was totally unexpected, but exactly the thing I needed. I've been a contractor for a long time, an independent contractor, and definitely had my own business, but I haven't really struck out on my own until recently. So it's been inspiring. It's been a great push for me to learn how to talk about my business and myself, and it's just great to be back in community. I love every member of the chapter. They've been such a help to me and so fun to meet and get to know more.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link to visit that chapter, and if people want to come visit on Zoom or in person, Dale Marie is such a great person to she's been really a real role model for me in BNI about how to get started in BNI and all the networking she does. She's just incredible. So I mean there's a lot of great people in that chapter. It all kind of
I,
runs together. Everybody in that chapter, is very like
I actually
energetic and yeah.
I just had a one-on-one with Noah Smith from Big Family Movers, and he and I trained in Kung Fu. I've been training for about 15 years together, off and on. And I was actually his reference when he joined BNI 8 years ago. So I didn't know he was in this chapter at all. I showed up at the first meeting, and we're like, "Hey, nice to see you." So that's kind of like the reach BNI has. You like see people who know people you know, and it's very much like it feels very Oakland to me. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah, yeah, great. Um, Last question, and I'll let you get back to work. Is unless we have any more wild card questions, I call them. Who is your ideal client? Who are you looking to work with out
Some notes
there?
on this. um, I normally say it's anyone who wants reintroduction to their body. I love people who like to learn things. I kind of joke that I like nerds because they like to learn and they maybe feel like they can't do stuff, and they absolutely can. I love to work with creative people who use their body in their art, whether I have a lot of cartoonists and writers, friends, people who people who use their bodies and forget that they too are an athlete. Even if you're sitting at a desk and looking at spreadsheets all day or a drawing tablet, you're using your body and you need to take care of it. You have to. That's how you experience the world. So that almost sounds like every human being on the planet. Yes, it's my ideal client. But I say nerds and people who want to learn, and people who think they can't do it because they can. I am, like I said, I was a klutzy kid. I call myself often that I'm a reformed klutz, and I feel like if I can do it, they can too.
Great. Yeah, I'll put your email, and I don't know if I have a website for you, but about how people can get in touch with you, and we look forward to keeping in touch. And you'll have to come back and meet Erica at some point, and maybe I can
I would love
provide a
that.
testimonial about some of the Pilates stuff.
I would
Uh,
love that. And I couldn't get anybody here today. It was just a very busy, very Tuesday. Can I check which email you have for me? I have a work email that's a little catchier and easier to remember.
okay, yeah. When we sign off here, you can put it in the chat, and I'll make sure I get the right one. Yeah.
Do that right now before I forget.
Well, we're going to leave it there, folks. Thanks for joining us on the Ripple Effect, Mel. Thanks for coming on, and I look forward
Thank
to hearing
you.
more and sharing some more of these stories. Um, Next time, I think we can bring on some people who've done some of the classes and get some firsthand accounts. So,
I would
I give
I
you
look forward to
okay, perfect. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Ripple Effect. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Eric will be back. We're off next week. Okay, bye.